celebrating one.
Me for the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course we look at solutions, but the fact is
1 year of fearless investigations.
It's a very important argument and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough questions.
16 is not enough. Is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Let's start the show.
Good evening and welcome. Coming to you from the grounds of the University of Technology, the Papine campus, it is with pleasure that I sit here to present the 1 year anniversary show. Lead Story is 1 year. And from this point forward, we are going to have Lead Story Prime, which is a special edition for you on a Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yes, the regular fare, 6:30 to 7, will remain a staple Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tuesday as well, but at 8 o'clock, we will go an hour on Wednesdays to give you the prime edition of Lead Story for your entertainment and your information. Of course, it's an election year, so a lot is to be spoken about. A lot of people have things to say, and a lot of people exist who you want to hear from, and you want to watch Views Contend, and we promise to give you all of that over the course of the period until the election is settled and a new government is in place. As ever, we start the show, you know the format. We go to the package, which of course looks at Eastern St. Andrew, because of course that's where we are. And we believe that this is, well, it's not the fact of us believing. The statistics show whichever party carries Eastern St. Andrew will walk into Jamaica House. And it's on the back of that importance that we thought that we should have this show here today, even though we're talking about national issues, especially when the two general secretaries come to the floor to speak about their respective parties and their chances heading into the election. But Eastern St. Andrew is signally important, and it was important for us to be here tonight. So, is Patricia Duncan Sutherland from the PNP lining up to face Favour Williams, two women going at it in a constituency where the margin between victor and loser is usually wafer thin. What is at stake?
St. Andrew Eastern is a significant electoral division in Jamaica, encompassing communities such as Augustown, Papine, Hope Pastures, and Mona Heights. The constituency has historically been a stronghold for the People's National Party, the PNP, but in recent elections, it has seen increased competition from the Jamaica Labour Party. Represented by the Jamaica Labour Party's Favour Williams, the seat is now under serious contention, with the PNP rallying behind Patricia Duncan Sutherland. Williams has been a prominent figure in Jamaican politics since her first election in 2016, becoming the first woman to represent St. Andrew Eastern after wresting the seat from the PNP's Andre Hilton. Her tenure has been marked by significant ministerial roles, including Minister of Education, Youth and Information, and more recently, Minister of Finance and the Public Service. She made history in October 2024 when she was appointed as the first female finance minister in Jamaica, succeeding Dr. Nigel Clark. Her academic credentials are equally impressive, holding an MBA with a concentration in finance from the Wharton Business School at the University of Pennsylvania and a BA cum laude in economics from Harvard University. Williams was re-elected in the 2020 general elections after securing almost 60% of the votes. The contest between Williams and Duncan Sutherland in St. Andrew Eastern is expected to be a pivotal one. In contrast, Mrs. Duncan Sutherland, who is the daughter of the late PNP General Secretary D.K. Duncan, was unsuccessful in her bid in 2023 to be selected as caretaker in the PNP rural heartland of Southeast St. Anne. Serving as the president of the People's National Party's Women's Movement, Duncan Sutherland's focus appears to be on social justice, infrastructure, and addressing systemic issues within the public sector. She's also been vocal about women's rights as well as moving Jamaica towards a republic status. As it now stands, St. Andrew Eastern is a critical battleground with two prominent women in the ring. The JLP aims to retain its hold on the constituency, while the PNP is determined to recapture it, making this race one of the most closely watched in the 2025 general elections. So with the election season heating up, eyes will definitely be on St. Andrew Eastern to see which candidate can best connect with voters and secure a mandate to represent them in Parliament. Courtney Lewis for Lead Story Prime.
Thank you very much, Courtney. So, of course, the issue of fairness will come to the fore, especially when the camera pans to my audience, which is very orange, but it's not by design. We invited both sides. The PNP took full advantage of the invitation. Their representatives are here. Their supporters are here. The person, well, Favour Williams, who should be the candidate for the JLP, she had a clashing engagement, unable to be here. Some of her supporters are here. Some of her supporters are here. And of course, the man who is the CEO of the Jamaica Labour Party, the General Secretary, Dr. Horace Chan, the Deputy Prime Minister, is also here. So I have to say that because I don't want, when the camera pans to the audience, someone said we had a party for the PNP. We had an invitation, we had invitations extended to both sides, and this is what we have based on the fact that Mrs. Williams had a clashing engagement. Okay? All right. It's time to introduce my guest, Patricia Duncan Sutherland. Good evening. It's my pleasure to be in your company.
Thank you very much, George, and it is my pleasure. Congratulations on 1 year on Lead Story, and I think it is a wonderful way to celebrate 1 year by bringing the story to the people. It is really something that we need to do more of in Jamaica, where people get to interrogate their possible representatives and make a choice, and which is why it's really unfortunate. I'm so sorry that Favour is not here because it is a missed opportunity. You know, I think there is so much to gain for us making choices based on issues and not just simply based on the party.
Excellent. All right. This constituency, Eastern St. Andrew, 1944, the first time it was contested. It's one of the original constituencies contested in Jamaica. Edward Fagan won it for the JLP. Coming forward now, Favour Williams twice, 16 and 20, and now set to go for a third tilt. You are here to make that not happen. On what basis should a voter in Eastern St. Andrew, thinking about the choice to make on election day, choose you over the incumbent?
Well, you know, when I was deciding to come to Eastern St. Andrew to offer myself a service, I looked at the poll, and one of the big things that jumped out is the lack of political representation. So what is clear is that the people believe that they do not have somebody that they can connect with. And I'm that person. I believe in bringing the politics to the people and that the people direct the politics, which is why I'm going through my series now of Build Your Dreams so you can live your dreams. We're going into 25 communities across the constituency where each member of the community who wants to be there gets to say what they want in their community and what we should prioritize in the first year. So we do a 10-year vision of what it looks like, and a big thing that comes out of that is that everybody still wants the university town that Andre Hilton worked very hard on with the University of Technology and the University of the West Indies to design. And they still see the economic value in it, in bringing the services that would go with that, the housing, the technology park, fixing up Papine so that it can be a really a central spot for all university students, and therefore have a lot more businesses going on there, and the orderliness of it. And we started with our mayor in doing the work at the Papine market, and I just want to big him up because he's here in the audience, and working very closely with Darrington as the councillor. You know, having a great relationship with your councillor is important to being able to build a team that will be able to serve the people, because it's a team that does it, right? Yeah. I am only the representative. It's when we all work together and we can create the difference in our lives.
I remember years ago, Patricia, having a conversation with some stakeholders. It may have been 2 hours we devoted to it in terms of radio time, to talk about the concept of Papine as a university town. Now, I'm from Spanish Town. I came to Kingston in 2001 to come to this university. And Papine doesn't look much different now compared to when I came here 24 years ago. So I ask you, how do you intend to lift Papine to the kind of university towns that you know so very well in the United States, in the UK,
in South Africa, in the places in the world where a university town is a centerpiece of the attraction in a particular locale?
So there are two things, right? There is actually a blueprint that's already been done for the university town, which sees a 3-story building above the market with offices above the market and parking above the market, underground parking under the park, a diversion of the traffic and a transportation center. But that all of those were abandoned. And instead of the transportation center, we have Juliet Holness's constituency office. Instead of the fire station that was supposed to be over in front of the university, there is now just a makeshift car park because we have not executed on the plans. And these plans were done in consultation with the community. There was a plan for how they were going to develop Mona Commons and make that whole situation between Mona Commons and the university a good relationship, and where Mona Commons now would serve the university and serve the university hospital rather than people looking and saying, why is this community in front of the university hospital? It would be... So if you see it, if you can dream it, if you can believe it, you can get it done, but you have to have the will to get it done. And for the 9 years that Favour has been here, she has not chosen to do anything towards the university town.
So you have that on record. Nothing has been done, you believe, to advance towards that dream?
Yes, nothing has been done. For the 9 years, if you're going to look at what her record has been in the constituency, there has been little or no social development in the constituency and little or no economic development in the constituency. Her one claim to fame, big claim to fame, I think, is the introduction of the Zozo in Augustown. And that was on the heels of Augustown having had, in 2015, 1 murder, 2016, 0 murders, because they had heavy social intervention in that time. But then in 2016, all social intervention was abandoned. So by the time you got back to 2020, we were back again in a very violent situation. The introduction of the Zozo provides for a social intervention committee. That social intervention committee, as far as I know, for the last year has never met. I contacted the mayor today because he's supposed to be a member of that committee.
Yes.
He has never been informed of that meeting. And the only thing that JSIF has done is $500 million worth of roads and piping in Augustown, 2 summer camps, 1 program where they gave $10 million of grants to people to start businesses, and a program where they got some people to do some, waste wardens.
So let me ask you this. If you get into office, your supporters will say when?
You know, when? So let me help you. When I am the member of parliament.
It took you a while to get there. When I said if, and then I said your supporters will say when. There you go. All right.
Thanks for the help.
My producer says break time. This is Lead Story Prime, the 1-year anniversary show. Patricia Duncan Sutherland in her own words.
Celebrating
Me for this, the first lead story here on CVM TV.
1 year of bold reporting.
And of course, we look at solutions. But the fact is,
1 year of fearless investigations.
it's a very important argument and it's a very important issue.
1 year of asking the tough
When
questions.
16 is not enough. Is 13 enough?
Lead Story with George Davis is celebrating 1 year of delivering the truth day after day. And we are just getting started.
Let's start the show.
So, I'm sure you took her to a doctor, and what did he say?
He said that she had a hole in her heart. She's a blue baby.
I thought I would find my papa, but I didn't. I found Uncle Jungly instead.
I will divorce her. It's what you want.
Ganga.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai.
Jamaica is on a transformative path, and the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation and its agencies are leading the way. MEGJC Matrix is back for Season 2, bringing you the latest on the projects shaping our nation's future. Big changes, bold moves. This is the Season 2 of the MEGJC Matrix, driving development, transforming lives.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. As of Tuesday, April 15, Fan Central will be moving to 9 p.m.
Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
People, are you ready? Fitfire has joined the Fet. If you missed it on the ground, catch it on the TV. Shani Fitness brings her high-energy dance-filled workout series, Fitfire, to a TV near you. Join her and her team as they continue to get you fit for the Fet this season. Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. on CVM TV. Fit for Fet, the ultimate workout series, getting you ready for the road. Powered by CVM TV.
Fit for Fets, brought to you by Smirnoff. We do Carnival. Drink responsibly.
Let's start the show. Welcome back to Lead Story's one-year anniversary show, coming to you from the University of Technology. This is Lead Story Prime, and I'm hanging with Patricia Duncan Sutherland and a lot of her supporters here. We have some JLP supporters here. The PNP General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, is waiting in the wings, as is the JLP General Secretary, Dr. Horace Chang. They will join me later. Let's work with you getting into office. Yes. I'm not even going to ask 5. The 3 things you will tackle immediately, and where will you get the funding from?
Well, the 3 things that you want to tackle immediately is titling, land titling.
So that's number 1.
Number 1 for sure. And we're going to get the funding.
And where's the titling problem the worst?
Where's the titling problem the worst? It's it's so widespread, right? We have the problem in Augustown, we have the problem in Tavern, we have the problem in Highlight View, we have the problem in Land Lease, we have the problem in Standpipe. In fact, there was a petition done to Fayetteville in Standpipe maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and nothing has been done about it. And the people are still waiting on their titles. She told them to do their petition, they did it, and nothing has happened. Land titling is a big part to unlock the potential.
That's one.
That's number 1. Mm-hmm. And then now I'm going to negotiate with NHT for those loans so that we can develop the student housing with structure, because the university town calls for structured student housing. But you want that in the communities. And to get that in the communities, you have to put the funding to lift the standard of student housing within the community.
And number 3?
And number 3 for me is the youths. The youths at risk. We have to have our programs for the youths at risk. I am the spokesperson on social transformation. We are going to get it out of that program, because we're going to go for a family-centered social worker. Because we know that it's to strengthen the families to work with the youths, you have to strengthen their families so they can work with them. Because you can't just have a one-off program out there and give them a work or something. You have to strengthen their ties, strengthen their belief in themselves, to know that there is hope and there is a way that they can be a part of the legitimate, as I was talking to a group of youth the other day, a legitimate part of society. They want it, let's give it to them.
In the final 2 minutes we have, Patricia, in this segment, the things you say you want to achieve if you are the Member of Parliament, why should the voters trust you to get those things done rather than tell Mrs. Williams to get them done and watch her do it? What is your capacity greater than Favour Williams to get these things done?
All right, so firstly, for 9 years she's been here and not done anything. In fact, in preparing for today, I walked far and wide and asked, what was the platform that Favour ran on? And nobody knows. Nobody knows what she intended to do. She has come in and she has been tinkering. She, as I said, she got the Zozo, and then in the Zozo, she did some roads. She goes to a meeting in Mona. They said the gully need to clean. She get the gully clean. But she has no vision, and she's not pulling the people. I've not been to a community meeting where she has said to the people, tell me what you want. I have had 9 of those already, and I'm having 16 more of them, so that the people can direct. So in each individual constituent, in each individual community, they will have a specific priority.
Yes.
But I have given you the 3 broad priorities that I have seen so far.
Patricia, we've talked about the local politics, and I can hear Fenton Ferguson in my head saying all politics is local, his way. But here's this now. Why is it that you would tell a supporter undecided about, what they ought to do at the next election? Why would you tell them that the PNP's time is now?
Well, I'll tell them time come because people time come and your time come. And how I know that is your time come is because the policies that we laid out in the budget debate are clear. When I was on the campus the other day, I was trying to encourage the young people to vote when we were closing off the enumeration period. And I get that question a lot. I said, listen, we are the party that's about building a middle class, So we are the party that have put the policies in place. So you see, now as a university student, you can rely on the People's National Party to know that we are going to put it in place, that when you are paying back your loan, you can afford to pay back your loan because you're not going to pay it back till you start to work, and your payment going to be relative to your salary. You can know that when you start to work, you can rely on the People's National Party to give you a grant of $500,000 so you can put that towards buying your first home, and you don't have to live with your parents forever. You can know that you can rely on the People's National Party, that if you want to start your own business, you will be tax-free for 3 years upon starting your business. And if you have your little sister or your little brother in your community, you can know that we are not going to abandon them, because we are going for a family-centered approach to social work. And you can know that in your cousin family or whichever other family, if there is a child there, if there is nobody there who has gone to university, there will be at least one person in that family to go to university. So everybody can rise up together, because we are about building a middle class.
I hear you on that. Okay, so this segment is very short, and I'm inviting a question from the audience. Does anybody have a question? Not to make a point, Gentleman has a question for Patricia. Please state your name, sir, and state your question. Yeah, but it's on.
My question is very simple. You failed in Southeast Clarendon, you failed in Senegal. Why would you
Well, when I went to Southeast Clarendon is a predominantly Labourite seat, and as you would have known if you followed it, I increased the PNP support there in a significant way. In Southeast St. Anne, it was an internal race, and we had 3 good comrades going up for the seat. One of us had to win, and some did not win. And I was one of those who did not win, but we have all good comrades.
Hear you on that. Another question? Another question. May I ask you to stand when you state the question, please, so that we can catch you, we can pick you up. Yeah, man, just stand if you have the question. Any more? Oh, there's one? Okay. Can you use that microphone, sir?
Check it.
Yeah, man, that's good. Good.
Good night, everyone. Good night, comrades. Well, I'm pleased to be here tonight because I'm Glenn Brown. I'm the person who was involved with the Papine plan for the last 14 years. Well, 14 years until 2016. All right. I'm sorry Favour is not here tonight because I wanted to ask a question after presenting this plan to her twice. I presented the plan to her with Dr. Archer at the Ministry of Tourism in 2016 to bring her on board because we had already gone through and I got the mock-up of $3 million from the Tourism Enhancement Fund to have the plan in a mock-up way and
stick up in Glenn. Just tell the audience, especially my TV audience who can't get a sense of what you're talking about. What plan?
The Papine Development Plan, the university town.
Okay.
Okay? Because the university town came out of the Papine Development Plan. The Papine Development Plan is 2 plans. Both universities, University of Technology is for Papine, right? There's Market, the park, and the bypass road. So what would happen is that you would have a 3-floor market, as the candidate says. You'd have the park with 50 parking garage under the park. You'd have at the time we were looking at the Blue and Jonquil Mountains becoming World Heritage Sites, which they are now. Yeah. So Papine is a gateway to the Blue Mountain World Heritage Sites.
Yes.
All right. So going around that to have a university town or a university section here, you would not put the traffic through Papine. So we were looking to go around Papine School,
yes,
come around to Rocky Road, widen it, and have the traffic going.
So Glenn, I've given you time because I want to hear what the plan is, but you have a question to pose. Even though Mrs. Williams is not here, give me the question.
The question is,
yes,
9 years is gone. Whoever is going to be coming in now, if Ms. Duncan is coming, will that plan be taken up and be done?
Thank you very much. Patricia, that's the question for you. Will you take the plan and run with it?
And the simple answer is yes. And running with it means that you have to carry back to the people at least for 6 months and consult, make sure it's still relevant, check what has changed, what is new, and then we can work on doing it together. And I'm looking forward to working with the mayor on this, because one of the things that we did when we carried the mayor to Hope Pastures to have that conversation, yes, is that we need to have a better development order coming out of NEPA, because NEPA development order don't even consider the university plan. It doesn't consider the needs. Them just say, you can't have 5-story building, 4-story building, but it does not speak to the sustainable development.
So you're taking the plan, seeking fresh input, and moving forward.
Moving it forward.
Hear you on that.
Because it's a center for economic development.
Hear you on that. There's another question. Thank you. Please state your name, sir. Your time.
Good night. My name is Percival Roberts. I'm the president-elect for the UTEC Student Union Council. And I want to know if you have it in your plan, in a continuity plan, if you want to
engage in partnership with the students. In the Students Union Council.
All right, let me. I got it. So let me just paraphrase for you. He's talking about Teach the Youth. It's the summer program that the University Students Union Council implements. It's been active since 1999, and he wants to know if he'll get the continuity through partnership with Mrs. Duncan Sutherland if she becomes MP. I got
yes, you can rely on that and more, because I actually believe we need to deepen the partnership between the students and the communities through the facilitated role of the Member of Parliament. So I do believe that there's a lot more that can be done. So Teach the Youth, you can rely on that, because I know of it. I know of it from a long time as well.
Thank you.
So you can rely on that.
All right, thank you. One more before we go on the other side. The microphone is coming. The microphone for Crystal. Oh, it's yours. Okay.
Yes, good. It's here. Good night. This is for, as you know, Patricia Duncan Sutherland. You have been a part of national level committees and transformation programs. How will that experience translate to local actions for the resident in Eastern St. Andrew?
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm currently a commissioner on the National Crime and Violence Prevention Commission. I'm currently a commissioner on the Early Childhood Commission. I sat on the National Council for Science and Technology. I sat on the board of eGov. All of those things will directly impact the development of this constituency. When you talk about the crime and violence prevention, that tells you about all the different programs that you can put in place that have been tested and proven, so you know what, you have a menu to choose from. When you talk about early childhood, we were talking about the education within our constituency, and at the national level, our party is putting education on the top. We are very clear that is so. And then the National Council of Science and Technology and EGOV, that's a technology park to support University Town. Because you have to create the jobs and you have to make it work.
You see how much time I give over. The producers are killing me, but we don't want to listen to me unfair. Let's take the break here. Thank you very much, Patricia. This is Lead Story Prime 1 year anniversary show. We're at UTech.
Open a deposit account in the JN Bank Savings Streams promotion and save monthly for a chance to win an all-expenses paid trip to Peru. Enter now. The time by JN Bank Savings Streams promotion is 8:30.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. As of Tuesday, April 15, Fan Central will be moving to 9 p.m.
Where the difference is made. Where titles are decided. Where respect is earned. Excel here and you could go down in history. It's the final third. CVM TV's weekly JPL preview show every Sunday, starting 30 minutes before our live broadcast. Get insight, analysis, and hear from your favorite players weekly, just before we bring you our feature broadcast for the day. Move from defense to attack and join us in the final third. This and every Sunday until the end of the JPL season.
Two musical dance. They do. Straight. The line of response to a big part of my career. Hot in the club. Bring back the big tune one more time.
The Immaculate Girls came up with the name Renaissance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's something that one that's so hard to spell. Yeah, there you go.
Man, I said, jail you there in a youth, I want to you.